Love that. All right. It is Monday, fun day, 8:01. Let's hear some fun. Josh, welcome back to the call, Josh. Good to
It's
see your pretty
7:01
face,
here.
Josh.
Good good morning. Good morning.
Your leg feel a little heavier today?
A
A
little
little,
heavier?
little ball and chain?
Oh, no.
Good,
Don't
man.
feel too heavy.
Good.
Back hurts a little, but
Well, carrying the weight of being an awesome newly married man. Congratulations, sir.
appreciate it, brother. There's my win.
There's your win. Well, the win is you're going to get your ass to the office, come sit down, have a conversation with me, and see your face. So that'll be a win. How about the rest of you slobs? Come on now. Shape up. Tell me
I
your
did
wins.
my uh, I did my CCW renewal yesterday. I got to do a little tactical shooting. That's always fun.
That's always fun. Now California has you on a list.
Yep, I had my
Well, I've had a
CCW in
CCW for
California.
12 years. I've been on the list for a minute.
Um, did you know you can get a copy of the file that the FBI has on you?
Yep.
Pretty interesting. Eric has to type it up, but he'll get it to you.
All digital now, Dan. Yeah, I got it on my phone right here.
Eric's all, Dan, I know what you're wearing. I know what color shoes you're wearing today.
That must be one. My file must be pretty boring.
Mine's not. Mine's not at all.
Mine's definitely not.
Can we get a copy of Dan's file?
You could. Freedom of Information Act. You could ask for anything.
Yep.
You may not get everything, but you'll get something. All right. Other win celebrations. Something you're just dang proud of. Come on now. We had a great weekend.
It went door knocking before my open house, and I had two people come from it, so that was a win for me.
Heck yeah. Invite energy for the win.
I just got some nice pictures for my listing, so I'm excited about that.
There you go. I got pictures tonight for one of the listings. I'm excited for that too. Way to go, Miss Audra. All right. Come on now. It's 2 days of shares. That means 6 shares need to be happening today, and we're only at 4.
I guess my win is I think I figured out what was wrong with my truck.
There you go. Did you put it in the AI like I told you to?
No, AI gave me something totally wrong. Nothing could figure it out. It took my engineer brain to like totally tear it apart to figure it out.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you have that. And hopefully it is the fix and you get it solved quickly.
It's gonna be like $3,600.
That's it.
Yeah, new throttle body, new wiring harness, new ECU.
Could be worse.
Yep. Thank God it's not.
Thank God it's not. Yeah. All right. Another win. Come on now. There's a lot of you without cameras on. I know you got some wins.
I have a personal win. So my 5-year-old decided to take a brown, thankfully it's washable, but it still leaves kind of a stain on the door. But he decided to redecorate our hallway doors. And I've been scrubbing with a magic eraser to get it off, and it's finally coming off. So that is a win.
All right. Scott, I saw you come off mute. You're going to be our bonus share.
Hey, good morning. Thank you. I'm transitioning a lot from agent services to productivity coach, and I'm going through the productivity coaching training, and I cranked out 25% of that training over the weekend.
There you go.
Thank you.
Doing the PCX training so you know what your agents are doing.
Oh,
Yeah,
PCX is so
and I'll
good.
see you on the coach's call.
There you go. Welcome,
Thank
man.
you, sir.
Can I do PCX for my team? That would be awesome.
I'm sure. Talk to Joe. I don't know what it's going to cost, but
Yeah, I don't know either.
I mean, if I could sneak you in somehow through my market center, I would, but that'd be wild.
That would be so cool.
All right. Anything else? Going once? Going twice? Good. It's Monday, and we do this every Monday. We sit down, we talk about things, and mostly we refocus our mindsets around a lesson that I've learned probably from my kids or some other asinine thing that I've seen and witnessed in the public. But I want to talk to you guys today about our perception of things, right? Why is it that two people that are in the exact same environment can grow up to be completely opposite?
Experiences.
Self-belief.
Self-belief, that's a big one. Who said that?
Me.
Me? All right, good job, me.
They have
Perspective.
Perspective. I saw that, Maggie. Heard that.
Influence.
Influence. Tell me more.
Who's influenced them, who's influenced their mindset, their outlook,
Right.
all of
There's,
that.
there's a story I talk about all the time. When coaching one-on-one, we talk. There's two twins, it's twin boys that grew up without a mother. It's a troubling situation. This is actually friends of mine. They grew up with a father who was an alcoholic, abusive, just you label victimhood and male aggression, put it on him. Everything was the boy's fault. Everything, from their mom dying to when he loses his job to everything he did was the boy's fault, and he drank himself to oblivion. And my friends finally got out of the house at 17. Now you fast forward, it's 20 years later. One of them is a doctor, owns his own practice, has a beautiful family. The other one lives in the exact same trailer park they grew up in, following the exact same footsteps that their father did. So when you look at that, you ask to the doctor, Adam, why did you turn out this way? He'll say, because of my father. And you go to his brother Brian, you say, Brian, why did you turn out this way?
Because of my father.
And he will say, because of my father. They gave the exact same answer because with a father like that, how could they? Right? One took it as a power position of, you know what, with a father like that, how could I live that way? And the other took it as a victim position, is with a father like that, how could I not become him? Same energy, same environment, same trauma, different outcome. Your story doesn't define your future. Your response to it does. A lot of us use the story, state, strategy situations in life, and you don't even realize it. Story, state, strategy. For those of you who missed it. The story is how we define what we're looking at, right? Our perception, our value, the rose-colored glasses, if you will. That is the story at which we are seeing the life. The state is the state of mind at which we see those things, and the strategy is how we navigate forward. You can use your past as a reason to stay stuck, or, here's a bold statement, as a reason to move forward. How many of us come from families or existence or just overall stories that are less than awesome? Right? Some of us have come from some dark shit, and we've chosen to become the light. Even though every day we have to fight that urge to succumb to it. Jess and I were talking about this over the weekend, how our parenting styles are so different because I am terrified of my kids winding up like my sister. Not that there's anything wrong with my sister, but my sister's a little bit of a victim. And you guys know how much I love that energy. And she goes, I'm not trying to, tell you you're a bad parent. I'm just telling you I need different from you. I was like, well, I'm just worried because my parents raised us in the exact same environment. My parents gave us the exact same opportunities. Hell, I think my parents did more for my sister than they did for me. And if you look at us, we are vastly different on paper, in person, and how people perceive us. So clearly, nature versus nurture doesn't exist here. It's choices. What do you want from your life? And if the stories you're telling yourself don't get you to where you want to go, why are you listening to those stories? Anthony put in the chat, he's like, that's why I strive every day to be a great father. Right? I am hard on my kids. I know it. I am also very warm and loving when I need to be. I probably could be a lot more warm and loving in other times, but I'm weakness to me is one of the worst characteristics in a person. There is nothing more dangerous than a weak person. Why do I say that? Well, you'd think strong and agile would be dangerous. No, weak people are unpredictable. They will do things that don't make logical sense because to them, they've rationalized it, they've justified it. They've taken your package off of your porch because they deserve it.
Yeah.
That is not how life works. But when you look at the story of my twin friends, Adam and Brian, they look at the one chose to be a victim of his past, and one became the pattern breaker. A great speech around the pattern breakers. Ed Milet talked about this at Family Reunion 2019, 2020. I don't remember, 2019, 2020. Ed Milet was up there and he was talking. He's like, dude, I'm no different than you. I'm just you. I'm not a superhero. I came from humble beginnings. I came from a rough upbringing. I used to drive a car that was duct taped and glued together. Like, he tells the story how he used to drive through an intersection, hit the brakes, and his headlights would fly out. Been through some shit, right? But he goes, I decided to be the difference in my family. I was the deciding factor. I changed the story so that my family could change forever. Now, if he had chosen the victim mentality to succumb to the environment that he was grown in, would it be there? No. Would we know his name? No. Would he have impacted millions of people? No. For some reason, we love the story of rags to riches, underdog domination, right? We love the stories of I came from nothing and I've created greatness because it inspires something in all of us. We've seen that. You may not have a sibling that you can mirror yourself against. Maybe it's just you. Maybe it's you when you had this type of mentality, and now it's you after that. If you look back 5 years ago and the way you were thinking, did it generate more opportunities for you? Or did it keep you from realizing your potential? That's a hard question. But for this week, that's the story I want you to think. Ask yourself, what excuses are still making based on what happened to you? And these stories may not be deep rooted like childhood, abuse and drinking and drugs and all the stuff that we hear in the news. It might just be that last week somebody was mean to you on the phone. Not that you all have the sensitivity to you, Josh, but we just want to make sure that if you're telling yourself like phone calls don't work, open houses don't work, is that a story you want to continue saying? Is that a belief system that you want to keep living? Be your other twin. If Dan did this and it didn't work, maybe better Dan could look at something different. Change my story. Is this reaching anybody this morning?
Yes.
Yes, 100%.
So I know it's more of a solemn conversation, but it really did affect me is seeing people that have completely untapped potential waste their life away because somebody in their past told them they weren't good enough. I've been around the drunk and the abusive and the damning. Not just my family, but my friends and their family too. Like I remember my best friend's dad before he passed away was probably the most abusive verbally man I've ever met in my life. The second sentence he said to me was one of aggression that made me never want to talk to him again. Man, words have some power. Are you saying that stuff to yourself? Right? I'm no good. I'm never going to be good at anything. I'm always failing. I'm such a failure. I'm just a fuck up, right? All these things. These are stories that are rooted from your past. Close the book. Get rid of it. Take it, throw it out the window. You don't need to be a part of that. When you choose one or the other, you will find things that define those paths. It's what they call confirmation biased. When you decide you are a successful, charismatic, caring, kind, professional individual, you will find things that solidify that ideology. You will see it in the way people talk to you. You will see it in the interactions that you have, and it'll just help you bolster that narrative you're telling yourself, that story. But if the opposite is also true, I hate to tell you, you will have the same confirmation bias. You will find reasons that you are not good enough. And let me be the absolute distractor of that story. I'm going to stand up in the middle of your living room or your movie theater of life while you're telling yourself stuff that doesn't matter. And I'm going to yell and scream and say, "Serena, stop listening. This isn't real. This isn't true." Because you deserve everything in life that you want. Absolutely everything. Christina put in the chat, and I love that, is whether you think you can or you think you can't. You're right. Absolutely. Because what you believe is what you achieve. If you think and you tell yourself and you defend all of these limiting beliefs, you get to keep them. Quit hoarding negative thoughts. Let them go. Confront them. Where is this coming from? Right? Is this something I really believe, or is this just an echo of somebody that didn't have my best interest still in my head? Right? Some of us had a really bad breakup, and what they told us still rings true in our mind. Guys, just like subscriptions in your email, if you don't want to get the emails anymore, what do?
Unsubscribe.
Right? Here's a funny way of looking at it. I'm going to unsubscribe from this belief. I'm going to unsubscribe from this way of thinking. Hell, I'm going to unsubscribe from this friendship. You are no good for my mentality. You are no good for my future. Not that I don't love you. I just can't have you that close. I'm going to unsubscribe. Because if I want to know what kind of sales Kohl's has going on, can I go find it? Yeah, I can Google it. I can go to their website. I can look at a magazine. I can find the information, but I don't need to be served it every single day. So really get in there and think about what's one story you've been telling yourself that needs ending? What's one subscription in this archive of your life that needs to stop? Anyone care to share? Got 9 minutes of conversation.
I mean, you and I have had a lot of chats about this, Dan. I mean, it's just everything you're saying is so true, and it's for people that know me know that it's like a vendetta I have against my past. It's like I have had super shitty stuff that I survived, that I went through, and it's like I could let that break me. And obviously, there's days that it still tests me, and there's days that I struggle, but I refuse, like vehemently refuse, like wholeheartedly fight battle royale to the death, that will never, ever, ever, ever be the thing that defines me. That'll never be something that like ultimately stops me. It might give me pause momentarily. It will never stop me. And it is the strongest source of fuel that I could ever have. Any bad thing, any negative thing, for me, it adds to my battery life. I'm like, that's a recharge. Let's go.
Yeah, that's awesome. More people wish they'd have that because a lot of people take the opposite. The negative zaps them.
And it did for me for a long time. I mean, that I say that, let me just clarify this, you guys. Like, that came through years and years of work, like therapy and inner work, journaling. Like, you run the spectrum of therapies and whatnot, and I've done it. But it also comes from, like Dan said, making the intentional choice. If I want to kill this thing that threatens to kill me, how do I armor myself with calls like this every single day, with positive interactions with my peers and other people? Because it fuels me to turn around to somebody else that I see that's struggling or is having a hard time or is doubtful. And I'm like, fuck that. 100% fuck that. Like, you can do this. I know you'll do this. It's all the little micro doses that it just fills over top of anything bad.
But you are consciously attacking, or not really avoiding, but you are fronting these thoughts and saying, no, this isn't my belief system. I'm going to use this as power to move forward.
Oh yeah, the avoidance had to go out the window. The denial, the avoidance, like, you can't pretend certain things aren't there. You can't pretend you don't struggle with things sometimes, or that something's going to come up. That's what it is to be human. It's turning around, looking that thing in the face that you may have previously been afraid of, or that previously threatened you, and saying, I fucking see you, and it's game time, motherfucker. Let's go.
Yeah. Name the emotion, name the thought, name the story, because you can call them out, you can confront them, you can fight them, you can put them to bed. One of the things, guys, if you knew my dad, we talk about him sometime in here. So, little life story. My sister is moving in with my mom. You guys know my mom's history. Probably not the best environment, but my mom or my sister and my dad were living together, and both of them are like nitroglycerin on a short fuse inside of a volcano that's already erupting. The amount of just tension in that house is not good for the boys. Well, they had it coming to terms. My dad blew up at my sister, and my sister just does not know how to pacify that. So my sister blew up at my dad, and it created a fight, and somehow I got dragged in the middle. Well, my dad picked me up from the tent shop on Saturday. We're driving back to the house, and I was having a very calm conversation with him. And I told him, Dad, you are going to have to work real damn hard to rekindle the relationship that you burned with your daughter. And he's like, well, I don't need to do it. She's got this, blah, blah. I'm like, Dad, no, no, no. This is where you get to take ownership. Daniel, I'm 74 years old. I know how to live my life. I'm like, yeah, but you're now finally old enough to listen. He goes, well, I don't know why she has to yell all the time. I'm all, I don't know, Dad. Maybe she learned it from you. Well, you don't yell all the time. I know, Dad. Maybe I learned it from you. When I'm frustrated, I don't yell. When I'm mad, I don't yell. Because you did. And because Jody's frustrated and mad, she yells because you did. Is that not the exact same situation I was talking about this morning? Right? Having that, and that's where it came from, actually. It was a conversation with my dad this on Saturday. And I told him, I was like, Dad, I don't want the boys growing up thinking that's how you communicate with people. Just because you're loud doesn't make you right. And I'll tell you, at 38 years old, it is still terrifying to have a conversation like that, correcting my father. Am I bigger than him? Absolutely. Could I fight him? I'll mess that old man up. However, there's still a deep-seated responsibility to me as his son to be respectful. Those 10 commandments were beaten into me as a kid. Thou shalt not, right? Honor thy mother and father. Right? I'm there. So I'm there. So to me, having that conversation was like, Dad, I'm calling out the problem. It's you. You have to learn to count to 3 before you explode. And the whole joke is my dad was always a passing hurricane. He'd come in, blow the doors off the place, be loud, be mad, get emotional, explode, and then 5 minutes later he'd be like, "Why aren't you going to the movies with your friends?" I don't know, Dad. Maybe because you just grounded me 10 minutes ago. I don't know. Like my dad would explode and then be over with. It'd be done. Like it never happened. I think my sister learned a little bit about that. But she also got my mom's long burning hatred. Oh, mom can hold a grudge like no other. Mom knows about the lady that cut her off in the school line when I was 3 years old, okay? Mom still remembers that lady. But like Christina's saying, is you're using that stuff as power to move forward, right? My desire to see my nephews grow up in a way better environment than I grew up gives me the power to have tough conversations with someone I respect. And I tell my dad, I only bring this up because I love you. I only talk to you as a man because I respect you. And if you want to have a better relationship with your kids and their kids, it's not too late to change how you communicate. If you get frustrated, take a fucking walk. But in the same times, I feel my father's rage boil up inside of me when my kids do stuff. And I have to put that wolf to sleep because it's not right, right? I saw it as a child. I know how they respond to it. I remember being terrified. So I just have to correct it. Now, Stone and I have some pretty deep, serious conversations, and they have this very similar tonality. It's low, serious, and slow because I want him to hear me. It's very easy for us to identify as parents how we talk to our kids. Are you identifying as a person how you talk to yourself? Because when these feelings, these negativities, these beliefs, these limiting beliefs show up, either you're fueling them, like Christina said, or you're extinguishing them. Because you can't avoid it. You can't just, oh, it'll go away, whatever. No. Handle it, put it in its basket, put it away. Or dump it in the trash and get rid of it. So if you've got stories like that in your head, in your mind, in your life, in your heart, here's an opportunity for you to challenge them. It's not nature versus nurture. It's actions versus choices. Because 90% of life is not what we can control. It's how we respond to it. Eric could not have controlled his truck going down. Maybe he could have with preventative maintenance or not buying a Chevy. I don't know. One of those things. However, he's going to have to respond to it by just fixing it, by taking care of it. It is what it is. I'm only guessing it's a Chevy because he has a Suburban too, and most people tend to stay in the same family lines.
It's a Dodge.
Oh, that's your problem. All right,
And
guys.
a bold coach said you can only control the things that you can control. And I have to tell myself that all the time. Don't get pissed off about things that are out of your control. It's one, nothing's going to change, and two, it's not your fault. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah. I talk about like a backpack full of rocks. Is that your backpack full of rocks? No. Then don't pick it up. Don't carry someone else's burden.
Like
And that's-
Stephanie loses her mind at red lights. I'm like, you can't control, like, why are you stressing yourself out over the red light? Well, it's going to make me late. Well, that's the part that you could control.
Yeah, no, leaving the house 10 minutes early can make you less late. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of my morning. I hope it was worth it for you.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that either, Eric. Put him on mute again. All right. Any other thoughts, comments, questions, concerns before I kick you out of here? And you guys can have a fantastic Monday.
Fantastic Monday.
All right. Fantastic Monday it
All
is.
right.